Davis, and I'm the president of the Chicago Calumet Underground Railroad effort, and also the founder of Blacks in Green. And the particular history that Laurel is referring to is that, lo and behold, just on the other side of those woods was what is the previously Dutch-settled community of Riverdale. And on that Dutch-settled region there was this Jan Farm, 50 acres right off the Little Calumet River. And why does Seek Here care about that? Well, because as freedom seekers from the Southland, and I mean the way south, not just the Chicago Southland, but the south part of the United States, were fleeing from slavery, they came up through a course that engaged the Calumet on their way up to Detroit and to Canada. And at the Jan Farm on the Little Calumet River, he and his wife and a colleague, Cornelius Kuiper, were unindicted co-conspirators in the bad behavior of aiding and abetting these fugitives.
Well, it was illegal.
It was illegal. And not only was it illegal, but slave catchers would often come up from other states. Slave catchers could be deputized here in Illinois, and if you were free or if you were a slave, it didn't much matter if you were brown. You could be kidnapped or taken and what they call sold south. So the important story of the Underground Railroad is this American triumph. It was a coalition across racial, religious, and cultural bounds. And while the freedom seekers had to have the gumption to say, I'd rather die than be a slave, and while the freedom seekers also had networks of other African Americans in African-founded towns and other little maroon communities around the state, those freedom seekers also relied on their European cousins to provide safe haven in measured stops along the way. And so, fortunately for this area, we get to be the stewards of what was once the Tunn family farm. And the interesting thing, well, there's so many interesting things, but one of the interesting things about the Tunn family is that they were one of the largest families in Illinois. They grew to thousands in number, and they were the first and possibly the only family to actually incorporate as an Illinois corporation. And one of the
Descendants,
thank you. I was going in the opposite direction. One of the descendants,
It's hot.
oh yeah, right, Paul Tunn, is a member of Seek Here, an active supporter, and when we have our second annual True North Underground Railroad Festival on August 18th and 19th, Paul Tunn is going to be coming out to play the role of none other than his possibly great grandfather, Jan Tunn. And I don't have enough of these to give one out to everybody, but I'm happy to send like an e-blast out to each of you. If you could also send that on to your friends and colleagues. We're going to be having, among other friends, the Field Museum to come out and talk about, is that you? Okay, to come out and talk about the relationship between the land itself and culture and opportunity. And so we invite all of you to come out and bring your family and friends. We're going to have games and activities. We're part of Chicago's neighborhood festival this year, and their theme this year is the art of play. So we'll be having interactive engagement things. We're going to have music, and we're going to have wild nature